Now, next poll, Ruben. The return.
Launching it now.
Thanks, mate. When dominating the middle of a return of serve, is it best to receive a wide serve, body serve, T-serve? So now it's the return of serve I want to dominate from the middle. So submit your answer. Ruben, is the box still there at the top of the screen, or is it gone?
It's still in the left down side corner, a black box.
The black box is there, is it?
I'm ending the, yeah, it's gone now. Cool. I'm ending the results.
T-serve, well done. Everyone that said T-serve, absolutely right. Let's watch the clip. That's a good example of when we talked earlier about setting up the strength. So we set up the strength with the backhand dominating the middle into the corner. Then we look to run around and play a forehand inside in. And then we follow up the strength by moving to the net and putting an easy smash away. That's good tactical pattern. And again, just going back to that clip. I think it's a really good clip to show the importance of the return of serve, because in my opinion, the return of serve won him the point. The smash, all of us on this call could have put that smash away. It was an easy shot. So the shot that won him the point was the easiest one, but the one that set it up to be easy was the return of serve. Both back, dominating the middle. We've seen a clip of the girls doing this earlier, but this is an example of dominating the middle with the backhand. And even if you're coaching mini red players, you can do this tactic. You can do it rolling a ball. Roll a ball to the corner, roll a ball to the corner, roll a ball to that corner, roll a ball to that corner. These tactics are not just for professional players. If you're smart, you'll go, right, how can I get my young children to understand the importance of hitting the ball into the corners from a young age to expose the movement of my opponent? And it can be done from lesson 1. Approaching the net, dominating the middle. It's a good example of how she dominates the middle with an approach shot, and she dominates the middle with a volley into the open court. And lastly, can you hit a passing shot in the middle when the player comes to the net? So you can see from that framework there, just that little example, that you can quite clearly develop these tactical skills in a progressive way and then break them down to the level of patterns. And patterns are set up shot, the shot itself, and the shot after. How do I set the shot up? How do I execute the shot? And what's the shot after I have to do? And those patterns, those 3 parts to a pattern, really helped me as a coach develop drills on the court. So I don't need drills. I just look at these tactics and I go, right, I'm going to, today, with my 14 under girls, I'm going to practice changing direction of the ball. With my 16 under boys, opening up the court. With my men's A team at the club, we're going to do something on dominate the middle. Or we're going to do something with the under 18 national team. We're going to work on the X pattern for the single-handed backhand players. Lastly, you can see at the bottom of the screen here, exploiting the different positioning or recovery of your opponent. So this is really cool clips. Want you to watch carefully how Kai Kanepi moves on the return of serve. Watch really carefully. If you all watch closely, you'll see that she does a little mini step to the right and then gets burnt on the backhand. Watch again. And she does this in the whole of the match. And I know Kai Kanepi, and I spoke with her about this, and she said, yeah, she wasn't even aware. She wasn't even aware that she did that. She lost the match to Serena at the US Open, but you can see another clip of her doing it here. Watch the movement of Kanepi, return.
30
She moves out to the right. She moves out to the right, and she gets burnt with the backhand. So we have to exploit poor positioning from our opponents. It's something we have to teach children. They might not. Here is a good example. Like Serena is watching Kanepi squeeze her positioning over to one side. She leaves a gap and she serves it there. Time. So there's a good example of how we should teach our players tactically to use time well. Tennis is a game of time and space, probably in the Dutch qualifications, those two words. In Argentina, they have something called time, space, and numbers. So their methodology of coaching is around time, space, and numbers. It's like, how many balls can you hit in a certain space in 1 minute? It's time, space, and numbers. It's always the same thing. Now, here's a good example of how, we can change the rhythm of the rally to give ourselves more time. So watch that clip again and watch how Felix Aliassime here uses the backhand slice to buy himself a bit more time. And because he's attacked on the backhand, the slice allows him to recover and be ready for the next shot. We have to learn to take time away from the opponent, taking the ball early. Andy has one of the highest split steps on the tour. You see that? He really moves forward and high.
Kort baksving, snorfarten från mig.
And the last clip there, Roger Federer taking time away from the opponent using a slice. Doesn't always have to be an attacking shot. It can be a precision shot. A good example here of Sharapova taking time away from the opponent using the dry volley. Very common in the female game. Have to teach young girls that from a young age. Changing the rhythm.
That ability.
What I love about that clip is that sometimes we have to consider time for ourselves. How do I give myself more time? Sometimes we have to take time away from the opponent and upset their rhythm and upset their time constraint. And in that example, I love it because Bianca Andreescu here uses the forehand slice, the backhand slice, and she almost forces Pliskova into a slice rally, which Pliskova doesn't want to do, and then she makes an error from it. So you completely change the rhythm of the opponent.